Hi, this is Tessa Keogh with a Tuesday's tip that is going to help you not only with your legacy program, but also with your research, whether your research is local, statewide, nationwide, or you're crossing the pond. So let's get started. As you can see, I'm at the FamilySearch homepage, and I've already gone ahead and signed in. Now, I'm going to tell you this is not my tip because I didn't know about it. I stole it from a person who spoke at a family history conference in Gladstone, Oregon, and I don't really feel too bad about stealing it because she was sharing it with everyone in the class, and I'm sure she'd like everyone to know about it. So here we go. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to click on the search button. The next thing you're going to do is click on the Wiki button. And the next thing you're going to do is type in the phrase research outlines and search. And what this does is it brings up research outlines. So you're going to click on it. And this is one of the two secrets. If any of you ever went to the Family History Library in Utah, or perhaps at their family history centers, although I haven't been to any of those, they had great outlines and they were printed up and they focused on countries in the world, or they focused on states in the United States. And they were really helpful for getting an understanding, especially if it was a country you were unfamiliar with. And at a certain point, they retired these research outlines, and they're now working with the Wiki, which is online. And what they've done with the Wiki is quite useful in that you can look up the state, you can look up a particular area that you want to research. Perhaps it's orphan trains, or perhaps it's civil registration. But everything has been separated out into the subject. However, the really good thing about the research outlines was that they focused on the country and provided you all of the information about that country in one item. So here's the little secret. When they were retired, they were sent over to BYU, which is Brigham Young University. So click on Research Outlines, and this takes you outside the Family Search website, but it takes you to the BYU Family History Library. And instead of wandering all around here and looking at the links, which are very useful and very helpful, I do like their website layout, what you want to do is come over to this far left-hand side and click on Research Outlines. And when you do that, you can scroll through and get information that is a link to the FamilySearch Wiki, but I don't want you to go there. I want you to look at the particular countries that you're interested in, and they're separated out by continents, so you can take a look at any of the countries that you're interested in. And for places like Canada, it lists all of the information by province. In Europe, it lists it by country, Latin America by country, and there's some interesting non-geographic research outlines which are very helpful. Scandinavia by country, and when you come to the United States, it's listed by state as well as some specialty items. So what we're going to do today is take a look at Sweden. You click on the button for Sweden, and up pops your PDF. Now you can do a couple of things. I'm in Google Chrome, and so it gives me the opportunity to read the document, to save it, or to print it. You need to make a decision on what you want to do. I save to the computer, and as you can see here, I have Scandinavia, and in Sweden, this is where I have listed my PDF, because I go into my PDF and I annotate it, make notes, have comments, add some links, whatever it is I want to do with that. But if we're taking a look at this, the first thing you want to look at is how to use the outline. And the second thing you want to take a look at is the contents, because maybe you want to just look at the history of Sweden, and you can do that by going to page 18. You can scroll through or you can go directly there, but this is what I want to show you. General history for Sweden If you wanted to put this into a timeline, or if you wanted to start a timeline, this is a great place to start. Some general information has been provided to you. If you wanted to get information about the history of Sweden, these are some excellent books which have been listed for you. The really nice thing with local histories or language aids is that it provides you the information you need in order to look up that book. And keeping in mind that if you were to highlight this book and right click, since I'm using Google Chrome, I could search Google for that book simply by doing that. I don't need to go outside of this document or anything else. It will open it in another window for me because that's what I've selected. Now, another nice thing is maps and information about the language. I could run through this all day, but I'm not going to because maybe you're not interested in Sweden. Maybe you want to look up Norway, maybe you want to look up Great Britain, maybe you want to focus specifically on Wales or England, or perhaps you're working with United States information and you want to focus on a state like Minnesota. Whatever you want to do, it's all here, and it's all hidden at the BYU library. So when FamilySearch retired these research outlines, they saved them for us to use. So a huge thank you to both FamilySearch and BYU for doing that. Now, the one thing I would suggest you do, because I opened Sweden in a new window, I would suggest you bookmark this page so the next time you want to take a look at some outlines, you don't have to go through all of those steps that I showed you. Bookmarking is a great idea as long as you go back to your bookmark and use them. I would suggest, if you haven't done it already, that if you have some general topics that you want to use or files for your bookmarks, whatever system you use, Internet Explorer, Firefox, or Google Chrome, set up a file system, maintain it, put your bookmarks in that file system, and then really make an effort once a month, once every 2 months to go through and clean up your bookmarks. If you're not using them, you don't need to save them. But if you are using them, this is a great way to do it. So I'm going to show you one more time. I'm in Scandinavia, I pick Sweden, and this is all of the information that I keep that I think is important when I'm working specifically with Swedish records. It's places I've been to, it's information that I need, and I tell you what, those PDFs for every single country or every single state that I'm using, they're going right in here in my file. So I hope this has been helpful to you, and I hope you're going to take a look at this wonderful resource that FamilySearch provides. And you can use it with your legacy database because you can make a timeline, or you can start using the information that's in these outlines. You can make sure that you attach the PDF if that's something you're interested in doing. If you have a specific state in your master locations for legacy and you want to link to that, there's just a number of ways that you can use this, so why not take advantage of it? So that's Tuesday's tip today in Legacy Virtual Users Group Community, and I'm not even going to tell you to keep this to yourself. Share it with everybody else because this was a great tip. Now I want to give credit where credit is due. The individual who told us all about this, her name is Susan Baird, B-A-I-R-D, and I think that she is affiliated with the Milwaukee Stake Family History Center, but I'm not 100% sure. But this was a conference that was in Oregon, in the Gladstone area, and it was incredibly well done. I would say that this little piece of information was worth the price of admission, but actually this was free to anyone who was interested in learning more about genealogy. There were some terrific speakers, and in fact, I think I'm going to give you another little secret today if you've been staying with this video and paying attention. Let's go one more place. Okay, and I've opened this up so you can take a look at it. It was the Milwaukee Stake Family History Conference. And no, Milwaukee, Oregon is spelled with an I-E. It was held on November 9th, which was a Saturday, and I will say it was a very long day, but that was because there were 5 sessions that you could attend. The sessions, as you can see, were in the morning. There was a break for lunch, which was also provided, as well as 3 afternoon sessions. Now you've missed attending, and Unfortunately, there's no way we can go back, but there is something you can do. If you sign in to MilwaukeeFamilyHistoryConference.blogspot.com, you can take a look at the syllabi. And the interesting thing is, they're all linked. So if you are interested in any of the syllabi, or is it syllabuses, for this conference, you can download them and read through what a number of us learned about by attending the conference. The syllabuses are available to take a look at yourself. So if there's something you're interested in learning more about, take a look at this website and either read them or yet again, you can download them. Now do keep in mind that if you're downloading these, this is for your own personal use and to read, because of course this work is copyrighted by the presenter. So I would encourage you to take advantage of both sets of PDFs that are available to you if you just go online and do a little searching. So I hope this has been helpful, and we'll see you again next week. Thanks.